Perhaps they don't have as many stresses now, but maybe in the near future they will do. So for example, the children in this school will transition onto West Side, Bay Side. That can be a big trigger, new school, new people. They'll have to sort of deal with whatever stresses that might bring. They've got examinations, GCSEs, A-levels. And then, of course, like what for us might be quite trivial, like little problems that they might have with their friends, for them is actually quite a big thing. And they would still need to know how to cope and manage with whatever life, unfortunately, might throw their way. The children have responded really well. So this morning so far, they've done a mindfulness session. I walked into the gym and there was a very peaceful environment. They were practicing different breathing techniques. I think we've come a long way, whereas before people may be a little bit more skeptical about these kind of things. I think people are now more open to trying new things, and they're starting to realize that actually, these strategies and these methods work.
I hope that the children kind of gravitate to the message that comes through, kindness is such an important part in kids' lives, and the colours to just add some brightness to the schools, and hopefully that lifts the morale that they are kind of experiencing with in studying here. And also some inspiration for some kids. I was an ex-pupil of the ex-Sacred Heart, which is now St. Bernard's Upper Primary, and just some inspiration on what can be achieved and that kind of kindness and brightness coming through. Children are obviously a bundle of emotions, and hopefully they can kind of learn to manage those emotions better and look towards kindness, I guess, as an outreach and positivity, and always have something that they can lean on to.
It's just about them becoming more aware of what is available to them, and it's a universal language. And then we're going to try to relate that through to what it is to express, to get your emotions out, and then how are we going to communicate these emotions and this expression. And so what we're doing today is we're using music. So I'm asking them to feel the music to start off with, and then how are we going to create an image to represent the experience of them listening to the music. I want them to be aware of that is available for them, and it's not about you being good at art. And I think it's that misconception and the lack of understanding of how art can benefit you, because by becoming engaged and getting into the flow, you are becoming more of, you're using a different side of your brain. So instead of having the worry and the data analytical side, you're becoming and you're using your creative side, which allows you to feel more relaxed, reduce anxiety. And sometimes when there are no words, especially for the children, art is a really great way for them to learn how to express themselves.
We're trying to really get across to our children that well-being, it's a complex concept that has different facets. So, there's obviously mental well-being, but there's physical well-being as well. We're talking about the links between the two. You've seen throughout the school, we've got different activities like Tai Chi exercises, we've got art therapy, we've got GibSams presentations about the purpose of the bench. We're talking about nutrition as well. So really getting children to consider these different elements of their overall well-being, how they all form part of the holistic self, and getting them to understand, principles or ideas that perhaps they hadn't been introduced to in detail, and getting them more familiar with it again, so they're better equipped as they grow up to understand what these concepts are and developing their learning in respect to them. The intention is to continue the teachings and the learnings that they've been exposed to today, that they're perhaps learning about for the first time today, and incorporating that in our future lessons with them, in our future assemblies or other similar days, and just to build upon this knowledge on a yearly basis and to try and discuss this with them as much as possible, so within lessons, but again outside of formal lesson time as well.